Your Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Honorable Brigadier Retired Mark Anthony Phillips, Prime Minister, Honorable Onej Walron, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and other members of Cabinet, members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Sharon Rupchan Edwards, and other senior officers in government, Chief Investment Officer of GoInvest, Dr. Peter Ramsarup, Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Mr. Kamal Singh, and other members of the PSC and the heads and members of various chambers of commerce, exhibitors, tourism stakeholders, members of the discipline services, the media, students, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Cordell McClure and I am your Master of Ceremony for this evening. And I want to welcome you to this opening ceremony for GuyExpo 2024 under the theme Guyana on Show, the fastest growing economy. We are almost at the halfway point of Tourism Awareness Month, and we are very pleased to present once again the longest sustained exhibition in the Caribbean. This year, we have in excess of 280 exhibitors from all around the world. I'll talk about those from Guyana in a moment. We have from the United States, furniture, garments, jewelry, horticulture, pharmaceuticals, tourism, information technology, and our culture. This is a showcase of our phenomenal economic growth and development as a country. And we will share more as the program continues. But first, I would like us to invite a young and talented Cortella Lewis from UG's Got Talent mega finalist to perform Walter Mack Lawrence and Valerie Rodway's national song, Oh Beautiful Guyana. Could you put your hands together and let's welcome Cortella Lewis.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, beautiful Guyana, oh, my lovely native land, more dear to me than all the world by sea-washed, sun-kissed strand, or down upon the borders, looking out upon the deep, the great Atlantic blowing through a fury, or asleep at morn, at noon, or better in the crimson sunset's glow. I love thee, oh, I love beautiful Guyana, oh, my lovely native land, more dear to me than all the world, thy sea-washed, sun-kissed strand, or down upon the borders, out upon the deep, the great Atlantic blowing through a fury, or asleep at morn, at noon, or better in the crimson sunset's glow.
That was awesome. I love thee. Oh, I love thee. And of course, we do love our beautiful Guyana. We love our country dearly. I want to invite you during this expo to experience our tourism village. It is right in front of the Guyana Tourism Authority's office. You'll be able to experience a taste of Guyana's culinary and cultural richness. Renowned local chefs, including Kester Robinson, Dustin Dalgetty, and the Singing Chef Adventures, will be serving up a culinary creativity. Andrew Campbell and Ibisawana Natural Foods will also provide samples of his signature local chocolates. Patrons can also enjoy traditional sweetmeats prepared by Desiree Balgobin, as well as mocktails and cocktails crafted by expert mixologists. And of course, there will be a virtual reality tour to experience all of that at the tourism village. And of course, there are lots of other attractions. There's an international pavilion, the service pavilion, the main auditorium, a designated children's zone, and we have 2 food courts, enough for you to experience. Lots for you to experience here at GuyExpo 2024. And I also want to thank our sponsors that will be doing this as we go along in the program. We've seen an increased number of sponsors for GuyExpo 2024, and we must express our appreciation to the members of the private sector, including KSM, Luminous, JS, Otto, Ansi McCall, GuyBisco, Nations Incorporated, NANPASOD, and I'll share some more as we go along. Now, ladies and gentlemen, over the years, GuyExpo has fostered innovation, economic growth, and international partnerships. Small businesses participated in GuyExpo to catapult them into the spotlight, creating opportunities that were previously unattainable. With remarks, we now invite Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Mr. Kamal Singh. Could you put your hands together for Mr. Singh?
Good evening, everyone. I stand and all observe protocol. It's indeed a pleasure and a distinct honor for me to be given this opportunity here to speak at this momentous occasion, GuyExpo 2024, on behalf of the private sector. Tonight is yet another momentous occasion for our country, more so the private sector and small businesses. GuyExpo has always brought about enormous amount of economic opportunity for our people and the private sector. We must, without a shadow of a doubt, commend His Excellency and his cabinet for bringing back GuyExpo. GuyExpo creates an environment for our businesses to showcase their goods and services. Most importantly, it allows businesses from across the region to participate. This platform of this nature allows businesses to create a new relationship, creates new market, and in many cases, new partnerships. The gas energy project is one of the most transformative projects in this country. When completed, that project will create an enormous amount of opportunity in the manufacturing sector, and it will ripple off into the many other sectors. And for that, GuyExpo and our private sector needs to be prepared in a year from now to start developing, growing their businesses, creating and finding the right partner to develop to meet the demand as it will grow in the next year from now. This expo also allows us to showcase our tourism products. This year, the number of arrivals passengers is projected to exceed 1 million through our airport. What will this bring about for us? We will soon see direct flights from Grenada, Colombia, the Netherlands. This will create a whole host more of opportunity for our businesses and our tourism product. And for that, we as a private sector will continue to grow to develop our businesses to meet those demands. So we need to start thinking outside the box and develop our tourism products to improve our manufacturing and packaging. I must confess, we are very impressed with what we have seen so far, with especially from the small businesses. When you look at some of the packaging that has been done, it's amazing, it meets international standard. And I want to commend the small businesses across the length and breadth of Guyana for the work that you have done, for the standard you have brought about in the packaging of your goods and services. The private sector will continue to work with government to develop this country so we can create a better environment for all Guyanese. The many initiatives and fiscal measures that government have implemented over the last 4 years assisted the private sector to grow significantly. Special thanks goes out to His Excellency and his cabinet for continuously looking at the private sector and looking at ways and means that they can encourage and create an environment where the private sector can continue to grow. Special thanks goes out to Minister Waldron and your team for taking the special effort to bring in GuyExpo 2024 to all of us here tonight so we can all once again meet here and congregate and allow our businesses to showcase their goods and services, not just to Guyana, but to the entire world. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamal Singh, for those remarks. I also want to recognize some more of our sponsors. I want us to appreciate DDL, Guyana Breweries, Arctic Ocean High Technology, Global Technology, Massey Stores, Sunshine Snacks, and Fibertech Industrial Plastics. Also want us to recognize and appreciate all of the agencies, the arms of government, the investors, the exhibitors who all have displays here at GuyExpo. And as you make your way, after the opening ceremony, of course, as you make your way around this compound, I'm sure you'll be amazed by all that you will see. There are lots of displays representing almost every sector that you can think of, demonstrative of the type of growth that we have experienced as a nation. Now, GuyExpo will also feature musical performances, including a chutney night, which will happen tomorrow, a soca night on Saturday, and a pan extravaganza on Sunday night, or a steel pan jamboree that will happen on Sunday night, which features various steel bands from across Guyana. But we now invite you to whet your appetite and to receive a sample of the type of entertainment you're likely to experience here at GuyExpo. And we will invite Gavin Mendonza and Chucky to folk it up with a folklore folk song medley. Could you put your hands together for Gavin Mendonza and Chucky?
GuyExpo, what's going on? So, here's what's going on. We are jumping in a canoe, hold on real tight, because we're going on a journey through the rainforest. One morning the captain wakey wakey, boat on, wakey wakey, bowman wake with a paddle in the hand. All I want is a long and strong is too much for me. Long and strong is the Taname, oh, no. And she said, Captain, put me ashore. I don't want to go anymore. Itaname gon' frighten me. Itaname gon' drown me. Itaname gon' walk me belly. Itaname are too much for me. Oh, Itaname, oh, Itaname, oh, Itaname, oh, Itaname. Now, GuyExpo remind me of my small days. Gavin and Chucky proud to announce that we've recorded an album live in the Iwakarama rainforest. visit us over at GTA, Tourism Authority, to grab a copy. But let me go back to me small days. Small days is still on my mind. And you're gonna sing with me if you know it. Small days is a good time. Yeah, me but some little children. And when they singing and dancing, and just really admire them. Now I need to hear GuyExpo. I say Rick, chick. My Bena Dam, my seafowl mama, and she 10 fat chicken. So me ask you for one, and she say me can't get them. Oh, you see that gal there? One named Dorothy. How she fat like a butter, and she muggle like a chow. A small days is still on my mind. Oh, the small days is a good time. Yeah, me but some little children. And when they sing and they dancing, I just really admire them. You know this one? I said, children, where have you been? What did she give you? And where is mine? So how me gonna get them? And if me fall, God pick me. Wicked pick me! But small days is still on my mind. Oh, these small days is a good time. Yeah, me but some little children. And when they singing and they dancing, I just really realize how old we getting. Fork it up, Gavin and Chucky. Enjoy GuyExpo. Big up yourself.
Come on, you can put your hands together once again for Gavin and Donza and Chucky. Small days are still on our mind. Those are the songs that we grew up with and, brought back memories of our childhood days and expresses how rich we are, our culture, how rich our culture is as Guyanese. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker has responsibility for tourism, industry, and commerce, which also is tasked with the Small Business Bureau, the CCAC, the Guyana Tourism Authority, and the GNBS. And you know that the Small Business Bureau has responsibility for small business development as well. So I want to invite you to put your hands together for our Minister of Tourism, Industry, and Commerce, the Honorable Annette Walron, as she comes to bring remarks. Someone put your hands together for our minister. This is the Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, our minister, my minister, and you will give her a warm welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Cordell. Your Excellency, Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Prime Minister, Brigadier Mark Phillips, retired, members, my cabinet colleagues, members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Kumal Singh, Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, representatives of the private sector, exhibitors, members of the discipline services, students, special invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a special good evening to you. It is an honor to address you at this launch of GuyExpo 2024, this year's edition of arguably the longest running trade show in the Caribbean. Yes, we can clap for that. GuyExpo 2024 marks the second consecutive year of the return of this event after a hiatus under the previous administration. Last year, the overwhelming support from our small business sector and the public reaffirm the significance of this iconic event for a range of stakeholders in our economic landscape. GuyExpo is a premier platform for showcasing the innovation and quality of locally produced goods and services. It provides a dynamic stage for launching new products, live entertainment. Our theme for this year, Guyana on Show, the fastest growing economy, is meant to showcase the remarkable economic progress we have made as a nation and to showcase the strong growth in our economy, especially in the critical non-oil sectors. Our aim is to put on display examples of a myriad of businesses that underlie the healthy double-digit growth rates in non-oil sectors that we've seen in the 4 years since taking office in August 2020. Our mid-year economic report for 2024 confirmed a stunning real GDP growth of 49.7% in the first half of the year. This growth included robust growth of 12.6% in the non-oil economy. The latter includes sectors such as agriculture, fishing, mining, and quarrying, excluding oil and gas and their supporting services, construction, and forestry. This progress is a testament to the strategic and comprehensive plans and programs implemented to stimulate private sector growth. As you explore the exhibition, you will experience firsthand the creativity and resilience of our people across these and other sectors. You will see products that have grown with us through generations, some of which have evolved into internationally known brands, as well as new trend-setting innovations paving the way for the future. And we are committed to supporting the small and medium enterprises of today, among which may be international brands of tomorrow. For instance, the successful launch of the business incubator centers in Lethem and Belvedere, Berbice, evidences our focus on nurturing local enterprises. In 2024 alone, the Berbice business incubator produced over 8,000 pounds of indigenous flowers and powders and nearly 70,000 sachets of tea bags. The Lethem Center contributed with thousands of sachets, dried peppers, and fruits. If we consider, for example, that the global market for cassava flour is currently about $47 billion and is expected to grow to just about $80 billion in 6 years, the potential of such initiatives for sustainable development is self-evident. In the field of industrial development, our efforts include the state-of-the-art facility for Guyana National Bureau of Standards. Over the years, the demand for testing, calibration, and verification services across the various sectors have surpassed the capacity of our existing laboratories due to constraints in space, equipment, and accreditation capacity. This new state-of-the-art facility is designed to address these challenges, offering a comprehensive range of services to meet the needs of our key industries. The facility is equipped with over 20 specialized laboratories, soon to be commissioned. Each laboratory will function autonomously, enhancing operational efficiency and allowing for the expansion of our workforce to support a broader range of verification services to businesses. In the same vein, the Guyana National Bureau of Standards has certified 24 new companies in 2024. Thus far, of that amount, there are 17 businesses given permits to use the GNBS Made in Guyana certification mark. Ladies and gentlemen, equipping the world's fastest growing economy requires investing in human capital, especially our young people who are here today, who will be born into and who will grow in it. In this regard, you would be aware that our government continues to invest heavily in our educational sector by providing learning resources and improved facilities that foster their academic advancement and entrepreneurial development. Closely related to this thrust is the Agriculture Innovation Entrepreneurship Program designed to build agribusinesses, including amongst young people. This program is undertaking the construction of hundreds of shade houses to enhance high-value crop production, as well as poultry farming, aquaculture, and the construction of farmsteads. It is therefore heartening to see, for example, the students of the Bishop's High School participating in GuyExpo 2024, showcasing their line of cosmetic products, pepper flakes, chips, and more. Their participation is testament to the promising future of Guyana's agro-processing industry. Our president has often reinforced the point that our success as a country cannot be achieved with a policy of isolation. Rather, we will work with our global partners towards mutual development and support. As such, Guyana has established strong bilateral relations with countries across the world, some of whom are represented at this year's GuyExpo. You may recall just 2 years ago, the St. Barnabas Accord was signed by His Excellency President Ali and the Honorable Prime Minister Motley. This accord seeks to deepen the bilateral connections between our countries. Since then, there has been collaboration in a number of areas pertaining to trade. Over 50 Guyanese agro-processors, jewelers, and small businesses participated in the AgroFest hosted in Barbados. Many of those businesses have established long-term partnerships from participating in that expo. For GuyExpo 2024, Export Barbados is also fielding a trade mission comprising 8 companies. They will be utilizing 4 booths and will be engaging with local distributors and producers with the goal of increasing inter-country trade between our 2 countries. In a significant step towards enhancing regional cooperation, we recently hosted a trade mission from Grenada and committed to collaborating across multiple sectors. One of the outcomes of this partnership is the upcoming launch of a non-stop flight between Guyana and Grenada, set to begin in December 1st. This new route promises to create substantial opportunities for trade, tourism, and services industries. We are delighted that Grenada will be participating in this year's expo, showcasing the spirit of our deepening ties. And I'm also happy to highlight the participation of our neighbor, Suriname, and partners from Canada. In addition, several prominent Chinese companies will be featured. The International Pavilion will showcase businesses from around the globe, including from the US and South Korea, enriching the expo with a diverse range of exhibitors and expanding our global reach. These partnerships demonstrate that Guyana is truly open for business and will continue to provide the enabling environment and facilities to open our economy to trade and deepen our relations with global partners. In closing, I wish to acknowledge the vital role of the private sector, which has shown increased support as sponsors and exhibitors. This demonstrates confidence in the direction we are heading. I extend my sincere gratitude to the planning committee and the countless volunteers for making this event possible. My sincerest thanks also to Ms. Sharon Rupchan Edwards, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and the staff of the ministry and its agencies, the heads of the agencies, who have worked above and beyond the call of duty to ensure the success of this important event on the ministry's calendar. I thank you. To you, visitors, patrons, and guests, this event would be nothing without your support. And I invite everyone to explore, learn, and celebrate the remarkable journey of our nation at GuyExpo 2024, Guyana on Show, the fastest growing economy. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister Walleran, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Guyana on Show, the fastest growing economy. And Minister Walleran just mentioned some unique products that you can get at the Guyana Office of Investment booth at GuyExpo, and that is located in the roundabout to the front of the compound. And in that booth, you'll be able to discover some of those unique products such as sorrel jam, pumpkin pepper, a warrior sauce, and furniture made from hoofer and nibi vine, and much, much more. And of course, mention was made, and I would like you to put your hands together once again for the students of Bishop's High School that is mounting their own exhibit here at GuyExpo 2024. Now we go back to some entertainment, because entertainment is also part of what we do at GuyExpo, and we now will have a cultural presentation, first of all led by the 592 Drum for Life and the Rising Star Tassel Group, but it will also feature the Riverside Angels Indigenous Dance Group. Put your hands together for them. The Burbies Delights Dance Troupe, the Chinese Association Dance Troupe, and the National Dance Troupe, and of course, the Drum and Fusion. This reflects our diverse culture that we have here in Guyana. So put your hands together for all the members who will be a part of this cultural presentation as they come to entertain you as part of GuyExpo 2024.
que se den al echar, un día
正下午徘徊，送礼相往来，回首惊鸿处，寒断笔画入梦来。情归独四海，只成诗三百，提笔描摹出这些风起了未来。一段不改，春的诗意无千载，又是今日那前生的风霜，就我风采。招来风雨送你许姿态，有生当的日子空浩浩荡人间难入
四海，只成诗三百，提笔描摹出这些风起了未来。不改，春的诗意无千载，又是今日那前生的风霜，就我风采，不去招来，双手招我一爱一爱，是没有诗词你独裁之这归谁可待？
This is our home. Oh, Guyana. This is our This is our home. Oh, Guyana. This is our
Erfanali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, who we now invite to bring feature remarks.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. I know it's very difficult to follow a splendid display of our culture. What an amazing melting pot we are. Let us put our hands together once more for all the performers. I'm especially very pleased to see the school children here tonight. And I want to compliment them for not only participating in what would be a very profitable sector in the future, that is agriculture, but I want to congratulate the teachers of Bishop High School who are doing a phenomenal job in ensuring that our children are connected to the economy of our country. And I admire the work that you're doing. Let me say and borrow from the Minister of Finance when he described Guyana as running a marathon at sprint speed, because that is what is taking place in our country. Incomplete if it does not contribute to the prosperity of our region. Then is when we will have complete prosperity. The path that we have chosen is a path of collective responsibility, collective ownership, and joint and shared prosperity within our region. It is an absolute pleasure, therefore, to be here with you this evening as we launch GuyExpo 2024. Indeed, it is the longest standing exposition of its kind in the Caribbean. This event is a vibrant showcase of Guyana's spirit of enterprise, a snapshot of our potential, and more importantly, our purpose. There is and there has been a lot said and a lot of talk about the composition of Guyana's gross domestic product. Economists, analysts, and every kind of pundit you can imagine have been dissecting the growth, running the numbers, speculating on what it all means. Many of these analyses, as we call them, points to a much bigger picture, points to the challenges and dangers that we must overcome. Some of them are skeptical, based on other journeys by other countries. But we are confident that the path we are defining for our country will lead to a prosperous, sustainable, and resilient future. And I say this because when your country and economy is in the global spotlight, there will be many forms of analysis, all with its own objective, and all designed to communicate a particular narrative. But Guyana's narrative must be designed by us, Guyanese. Our narrative and our development must first and foremost be pursued by us, Guyanese. And for that narrative to be pursued, it must have collective ownership. The ownership of our narrative and our country must be a responsibility of each and every one of us. Therefore, our approach in Guyana isn't just about creating wealth through the extraction of resources. We are not content to simply take from the earth and tally up the gains. Our vision is about creating wealth in a way that multiplies opportunities, transforms industries, and improves the lives of our citizens. At the heart of our economic model is not simply production, it is about transformation. It is about adding value to what we produce, elevating every productive activity, and building a future where our resources work for us, for our people, for our communities, in ways that go beyond what is extracted or what is counted up in the GDP. Take, for example, the diversification of the agriculture sector and the ways in which we are ramping up production so that we can move into value added. In just the last 2 years, our rice production last year was about 653,000 tons. We expect to close this year at 720,000 tons. Our cassava production, and the minister outlined our clear strategy based on international markets. Our cassava production last year was 20 million tons. We will close this year producing more than 50 million tons of cassava, from 20 million tons to 50 million tons. Our corn and soybean production will move from 9,000 tons to close to 20,000 tons. Our vegetable production will move from 340,000 tons last year to 380,000 tons at the end of this year, even after the prolonged drought and dry season. Brackish water shrimp production will move from 6,000 kg to 98,000 kg per month. And our honey production will move from 3,000 gallons to 18,000 gallons. Those are the numbers that will help us to build the value-added industry that will support the expansion of primary products. Now let me say this, and I want you to hear it clearly. Wealth creation is not achieved by distributing wealth. We cannot grow an economy by dividing up what we already have. True wealth creation happens when we are building, producing, creating something that was not there before. Creating something that was not there before. It is about a nation coming together to make things, to produce goods, to refine services, and to elevate our industries. And that is what our commitment is firmly rooted in. Building a diversified economy that stands strong across every sector, not just in oil, but in agriculture, in tourism, in technology, in every corner of productivity. Now, the question is, how do we do this? First, we have a duty to the people of this nation. We believe fundamentally that the revenues we earn from our natural resources must benefit the people. That is why we have special schemes designed for vulnerable sections of the population. That is why we have policies that put money back directly into the hands of families, of young people, of the elderly, of the vulnerable. That is an obligation that we take seriously. The Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce outlined a very clear strategy through which we will build innovation in entrepreneurship, through which we will build innovation in the development of new businesses. We want our SMEs to be part of that innovation process that will make them more profitable. We are going to design innovative estates where the state will invest in infrastructure and create the opportunity through which you can add value and produce in a dignified environment. An innovative industrial hub is part of what the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce will do. But let me also say this: distributing resources is not the same as creating wealth. Cash grant can help our people now, yes, but we are not stopping there. If we are to build lasting wealth, we have to move beyond this. We have to invest in financial literacy. We have to teach communities and families how to combine their individual capital and use that individual capital as collective wealth to create and generate new income. Therefore, financial literacy is an important pillar through which economic diversification and innovation must take place. So in the new year, the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce will focus heavily on financial literacy, how we deploy individual wealth in a collective way to create long-term sustainable revenue streams. This is an important part of what we want to do. For individuals, this means deciding whether to prioritize spending on transient goods or to allocate funds towards investment that yield returns, like education, property, or business ventures that compound value over time. For governments, the choice is equally crucial. Spending on short-term fixes or consumption-based programs might provide immediate relief, but lacks the multiplying power that investments in infrastructure, education, or health create. To sustain wealth generation, governments must therefore prioritize investments that build future streams of revenue, ensuring that each dollar today sees opportunity for growth tomorrow. That is why the investment in infrastructure, education, health, social services is so crucial to the economic transformation of our society. Wealth creation is about investing in people, equipping them with the knowledge, skills, and opportunities to thrive in a growing modern economy. By focusing on human resource development, we enable individuals to achieve and contribute to the economy, but also investing in the foundational pillars of personal well-being, affordable housing, accessible health care, and quality education. These investments transform individuals into empowered citizens who can seize new opportunities and drive the spirit of enterprise. Wealth creation is about fostering a spirit of enterprise, a drive to build, to innovate, to take risks, and to see opportunities where others might not. It is not just about having the resources, it is about having the mindset to use those resources creatively and productively.